The Botswana economy has experienced a notable trend break in recent years. The story is no longer that of poverty, but rather of how best to attract investment, including new technologies that support growth.
Still, this is a relatively new situation for Botswana, and the question being asked is whether this long growth period will lead to structural transformation. My name is Brando Kiabilwe, and welcome to Doing Business in Botswana.
Knowledge and innovation are key pathways to transforming Botswana and ensuring the elimination of abject poverty. And already, Botswana is taking large silent strides in that direction. And with support structures such as the Botswana Innovation Hub, the country is creating new innovative ways of supplying basic services.
Botswana, we are primarily a commodity-based economy. Thus far, the strength of our economy is founded largely on the mining sector, diamonds. As we go forward, we want to alter the type of economy we have into a very productive, knowledge-based economy where we are able to use the insights, the creativity, the dynamism of people here to create new types of products and ideas that result in goods and services that are created. And the Innovation Hub is a very special intervention that enables us to move forward on that basis.
While many people in Botswana have benefited from the rapid economic development of the past decades, some still remain trapped in poverty and unemployment. This is partly due to the constraints of a largely undiversified economy that is highly dependent on cattle and diamonds. The Botswana government has acknowledged this problem and has also realized that innovation is a specific tool of entrepreneurs, because as a business opportunity, it offers entrepreneurs with a way of doing things better and differently.
There are specific services that we offer as an organization. Firstly, the Science and Technology Park is a very powerful physical platform of buildings, research labs, meeting spaces, and others to bring the kind of entities and people together in a dynamic way that they have that physical platform. But secondly, the other services that are offered is we've got an innovation fund. This innovation fund is to bridge the gap between early and seed stage funding. Someone has an idea and a concept, but they want to take it into a business. They need to bridge that gap in terms of seed and early stage funding. Other types of services is in the area of the networking platform that I mentioned, that we do put, are able to create that bridge, that international collaborations can happen effectively. Large technology companies from elsewhere would like some assistance to meet the innovators here and create that kind of rich partnership. So I think these are some of the examples, yeah.
Realizing that innovation is critical to sustaining business competitiveness and improving productivity, the Botswana Innovation Hub has set a First Steps Venture Center, a technology entrepreneurship development program which has been established to support entrepreneurship and innovation through technology transfer.
This venture identifies, develops, and nurtures viable technology-oriented startup businesses with potential to grow locally and into international markets.
We find that technology entrepreneurship, a lot of people have very viable business concepts and ideas about how to use new technologies, that can be deployed here, new scientific concepts and innovations. And a lot of these people are locals, sometimes in partnership with people outside the country, because they know what the problems are. They uniquely know what the problems in our society are and where the gaps are. So we are finding that they didn't have a proper home of where do I take my idea or my concept and take it into the system in terms of now moving it from a pure idea into a business concept. A very simple example, because sometimes we work with examples. Someone had a very intelligent queue management system. They were just observing how people struggle in hospitals, in shopping malls, etc., with queues. It may not be, there are other queue management systems, but there are unique aspects of the algorithms that he developed that he felt this will be particularly beneficial in a Botswana setting. We are working with someone who came with an idea of a shelter that has solar power components and rainwater harvesting, as in a rural setting in Botswana. This is a particularly beneficial type of concept in that it impacts on people's lives. We are working with a leading technology company, in this case Microsoft, on a technology that allows us to provide, or that will allow us, there are various pilots going on globally, about providing broadband connectivity, fiber, in areas where there's no fiber optic link on the ground. I think you'll agree with me that this is a high impact technology. People in remote areas can now would be able to have more access to broadband more cheaply. But importantly, it can spur new types of commercial businesses, let's say tourism in remote sites, and a more dynamic economy. So these are real examples of, it's not pure at a level of abstraction. It's real things on the ground.
The establishment of the Microsoft Innovation Center within the Botswana Innovation Hub is a result of the partnership with the Microsoft Corporation.
This collaboration allows Microsoft Innovation Center to play a pivotal role in the development of national software systems, as well as creating benefits through various technology transfer initiatives.
Our objective here is to drive innovation within the ICT sector, in part with the BIH through the ICT cluster. So we focus on developing software entrepreneurship or ICT entrepreneurship, developing relevant skills and building capacity within the country to develop and consume ICT products. We develop talent, identify innovation within the ICT industry. One of the ways that we do that is we have set up through this program a partnership with another entity within Microsoft called Microsoft Bespark. So through this program, we provide ICT entrepreneurs that are starting up with tools to develop world-class software solutions that they can actually go directly to the market once they are ready to deliver that into the market. This program gives these entrepreneurs or innovators solutions or tools that are worth up to $60,000 from Microsoft. So with that program, we are able to identify and work with Microsoft to filter out and get the best solutions, especially for our current world, which is the connected world.
Pouring into young entrepreneurs, startups, and giving them the resources to create solutions that meet the unmet needs, right? And I talked about this a lot, they can figure out what are the unmet needs, right? But they need the resources in order to go out and figure those things out, right? And to come up with them, right? So they can, they could take stabs in the dark here and throw things out there, but with resources, with funding, right, with technology, and they can really address those unmet needs, right? But they do need the resources, right?
The partnership with Microsoft Corporation underpins Botswana's Innovation Hub's Entrepreneurship Development Initiative that focuses on companies that require facilitation in technology acquisition and transfer to enhance their businesses.
There are a lot of concepts across Africa and even in different countries as far as technology that can be borrowed from, right? The same product might not do well from country to country, but the idea and the general idea, right, can be borrowed upon, applied to a specific demographic within your country, and really like further it along, right? And I've seen this, so many times, right? Taking an idea, molding it and sculpting it to a particular target audience or persona, and it doing really, really well. And I think that borrowing shared ideas and innovating on those ideas is critical for developing countries. It's critical for the U.S. and Europe because there are a lot of solutions floating around. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel, right? You can look at what's done and apply it and really further your country's agenda and development.
The primary focus of the Microsoft Innovation Center is to support software companies through partnerships with government, academia, and industry. Now, the center is open to students, professionals, software developers, IT professionals, and entrepreneurs.
Microsoft has a big investment in Africa, right? And that's one of the reasons why I got involved. I'm very I admire the continent, I admire the countries within it, and I came to learn, right? And one of the things I'm learning is, technology solutions are specific to the environments in which they exist, right? And by coming here, I see how some solutions, if brought here, will work very, very well, right? And then how some solutions if brought here won't work, and they can be adapted, right? And it's a quick learning, right, as far as them to be able to adapt. And what Microsoft is learning from Botswana, what Microsoft is learning from other countries in Africa, is how to adapt their solutions to specific environments and make sure that they're successful, right? And it's almost like a evangelist like effort, right? We're evangelizing our products or whatnot, and we're learning from the countries, right? So the way Microsoft learns from other countries, right, and how to adapt their products to it, I think Botswana can learn, that same kind of initiative. They can learn, I said that earlier, but other solutions that other countries are doing, within Africa, within the world or whatnot, and apply those solutions here and really make a difference.
Entrepreneurs, as drivers of small businesses, are the innovators of economic growth. And support through government's commitment can only further Botswana's ambition of becoming an African economic powerhouse. From me, Brando Kiabilwe, thank you for watching and have a good evening.